So first, tell me about a 1099 worker and why you wanted to start a niche program for them, tax program called Painless 1099.
Oh, the 1099 workforce. Yeah, so I guess a good place to start is like how we think about work. And work is shifting across the board, right? So the way we thought about get a good job, go into a career, stay there for 30 years doesn't happen anymore. And so what we see is more and more people doing things that they're really good at and having people pay them for it directly. And so they end up in this self-employed world. And the 1099 piece is actually the tax structure or the tax denomination for an individual who's self-employed. So they earn what we call 1099 income, and that's a little different than having a traditional job because you don't have a chunk taken out by your employer and sent to the IRS, right? So as you earn 1099 income, you earn $500, that's the check you get. The problem that you run into is most self-employed individuals don't know how to handle taxes, which is daunting. And then on top of that, we're just really bad at saving as a society, right? So it's really hard to set money aside and not touch it. And what is expected of self-employed individuals is that they earn money, set a little bit aside, and send it to the government, not only at the end of the year, but quarterly throughout the year. So it's this huge cluster of a scenario, being self-employed, having to manage expenses and clients and all that stuff, and taxes. And so Painless 1099 automates tax withholding. So we kind of lived in the contract world, talked to a bunch of contractors, realized how big the problem was, and said, hey, if you could automate the stressful piece, which is taxes, you'd be able to focus on the work that you know and love and do that better.
Yes. Did you ever have any personal experiences as a 1099 worker?
Yes. Not like blindsided nightmare, but my business partner wrote a $15,000 check to the IRS a couple years ago. He was like, dude, this has gotta change. Nobody's fixed the problem, why don't we do it? So that was by and large the impetus for Painless.
That's awesome. That's actually, I was gonna ask you about.
Awesome that he wrote the check, but
right. It's awesome that you built the solution, right? I was gonna ask you about your co-founders and your relationship with them and how that changed over the course of building the company and how you got those relationships together to start the company.
Yeah, so the last company we built was called HcCville. It is an ambient sound site where we play coffee shop sounds. So the chatter, clatter of the coffee shop is proven to boost creativity. So having a tiny bit of distraction when you work gets your creative juices flowing. And so we took coffee shop sounds and put them into the website and then later our mobile app. And it was one of Time's top 50 sites of the year we launched. And just got some really cool press and grew it out to 4.5 million users.
That's awesome.
5 countries in the world.
That's very cool.
So yeah, Matt built that mobile experience, and that's when we started working with Matt. And then Justin and I go a little further back. We started our first company in school together. So back at VCU, we were juniors when we started our company. And that was just, it was a failure ultimately, but we met each other, we became best friends, and have been working together ever since. And so it's been this kind of perfect storm of us working and then taking those experiences to build the next company together.
Yeah, cool.